This morning, Tokyo's Haneda Airport expected to cancel more than 100 flights after that tragic collision between a Japan Airlines jet and a Japanese Coast Guard plane on Tuesday, killing 5 crew members on the Coast Guard flight. Also, newly released audio reveals that air traffic control had cleared the commercial flight to land just before the two planes collided. Joining us now, CNN's Will Ripley, live from Tokyo. And Will, what more have we learned of that audio from air traffic control?
So we know from the Transport Ministry they've released the official transcript of what happened during those crucial 4 minutes from 5:43 p.m. local time to 5:47 p.m. During those 4 minutes, the Coast Guard turboprop aircraft was taxiing on the runway, getting ready to take off. At the same time, the Japan airliner was making its final descent into Haneda. Listen now to the instructions that were given. First, you're going to hear from the commercial flight to air traffic control, and then you're going to hear the instructions that air traffic control gave to that Coast Guard plane.
Japan 5 and 6, continue approach, vehicle right.
So that is the recording from the air traffic control side. You know, the Japan airliner had the all clear to land on runway C, and the Coast Guard plane was told to proceed to the holding point, basically stay in place and stay there until it's time for you to take off. But of course, we know that the Coast Guard plane was actually right in the path of the Japan airliner as it was landing. When the two planes hit, there was that massive fireball. And of course, we know what happened yet. At least 5 of the Coast Guard crew members were killed, and everybody on board the plane was able to evacuate with just seconds to spare. But the crucial question, did the Coast Guard pilot not know where he was, or did air traffic control not know the actual location of the plane when they said to hold point? And why did none of the 3 pilots in the cockpit of the Japanese airliner not see that there was a plane in the runway right in their path and abort the landing? They have not found the cockpit voice recorder for the commercial plane. It's still sitting right there in the middle of the runway, a pile of metal and plastic. They have located the cockpit voice recorder for the Coast Guard aircraft. So those are going to be the crucial questions as they search for more answers as to how all of this happened.
Will, Japan Airlines also said the in-flight system malfunctioned, I think is what they said, during an evacuation of the passengers. The crew is actually using a megaphone to communicate. What more are we learning about this?
Yeah, we're getting some really interesting new video, eyewitness video from inside the plane during those crucial seconds. And a lot of things were actually going wrong. Some of the exit doors, passengers say, were not operational. And yes, as you mentioned, the communication system of the plane was not working, which meant that the flight attendants had to basically pull out the megaphones and shout to get everybody off the plane while there was a lot of other things happening. Take a look at this. What this video shows us is that, yes, it was chaotic. There was black smoke filling the cabin. The flames were getting closer. They were just outside the windows. People didn't grab for their carry-on bags. There was no arguing or pushing and shouting. People just listened to the instructions and they got off the plane safely. All of them did. It's a lesson for anyone who travels and flies on planes to look at very closely, guys.